The Nile River. For thousands of years, it has been the lifeblood of Egypt. It flows north, a massive artery of water cutting through the harsh, unforgiving sands of the Sahara Desert. Ancient civilizations rose and fell along its banks, leaving behind mysteries that still puzzle us today. We look at the Great Pyramids, the temples of Luxor, and the Sphinx, and we ask ourselves, how was all of this possible? Mainstream historians tell us it was simply human ingenuity. But could there be another explanation? Is it possible that the very river that nurtured these incredible achievements is not a work of nature, but something else entirely? A deliberate creation, designed for a grand purpose we are only just beginning to understand. Think about it. The Nile is the longest river in the world. Its annual flooding was incredibly predictable, depositing rich, fertile soil that allowed agriculture to flourish in an otherwise barren landscape. This wasn't just a river, it was a clockwork system, a perfectly timed delivery of life-giving resources. Ancient Egyptians called it Ar or Hour, meaning black, for the dark, rich silt it left behind. They worshipped it as a god, Hapi, because its behavior seemed too perfect, too benevolent to be a simple accident of geology. Was this reverence a sign that they knew something we have forgotten? Did they recognize the river's true, otherworldly origins? Ancient astronaut theorists propose a fascinating idea. What if the Nile River is not a natural formation? What if it was constructed, or at least significantly altered, by intelligent beings from another world? Consider the sheer improbability of such a perfect river existing exactly where one of the ancient world's most advanced civilizations would emerge. It's a coincidence of such epic proportions that it demands a closer look. The river provided food, water, and a transportation highway. It was the absolute foundation for everything the Egyptians built. Is it logical to believe this perfect foundation was just a lucky break? Or was it a deliberate first step in a much larger cosmic plan? The mysteries surrounding the Nile go beyond its perfect floods. Its exact source remained a puzzle for millennia, a secret hidden deep within the heart of Africa. The ancients saw it as a divine enigma, a river that flowed from the heavens. This sense of wonder and mystery has never truly left us. As we explore the possibility of extraterrestrial contact in our distant past, we must re-examine everything we think we know. The evidence isn't just in the stone monuments. It could be in the very land itself. The Nile River could be the largest and most overlooked ancient alien artifact on the entire planet. So what is the theory? Ancient astronaut theorists suggest that advanced extraterrestrial visitors came to Earth in the distant past. They saw a planet with potential, but one that needed a little help. To kickstart a major civilization in Africa, they needed a reliable source of water and a transportation network. They needed a superhighway, so they created one. Using technology far beyond our comprehension, perhaps terraforming beams, advanced geological drills, or even controlled weather systems, they carved the path of the Nile River. They engineered a waterway that would connect the heart of Africa to the Mediterranean Sea, creating an ideal cradle for civilization. Why would they do this? Perhaps it was an experiment, a grand project to see if they could nurture intelligent life and guide its development. By providing a perfect environment, they could observe how a society would grow and what it could achieve. The Nile would be the backbone of this experiment, a controlled variable in a planetary equation. The river's predictable flooding wasn't a natural occurrence, but a programmed feature, designed to ensure a stable food supply so that the people could focus their energy on other things. Things like quarrying massive stones, studying the stars, and building monuments that mirrored the heavens. This idea might sound incredible, but is it impossible? We are already talking about terraforming Mars today, about creating rivers and atmospheres on another planet. If we, with our limited technology, can conceive of such projects, what could a civilization thousands or even millions of years more advanced accomplish? Carving a river would be a simple task for them. They might have seen the natural water sources in Central Africa and decided to connect them in the most efficient way possible, creating a single, mighty river system where there were once scattered lakes and streams. It would be a project of cosmic engineering. Therefore, when we look at the Nile, we shouldn't just see water and silt. We should see a potential blueprint, a design. The river's path, its consistent flow, and its life-giving properties may not be accidents. They could be the clear and unmistakable signature of an extraterrestrial intelligence. The ancient Egyptians built their entire world around this river, believing it was a gift from the gods. Is it possible that they were right? And that these gods did not come from a mythical heaven, but from the stars, arriving in great ships and reshaping the very earth beneath their feet. The Great Pyramids of Giza. They are the most iconic and mysterious structures on Earth. Mainstream archaeology tells us that the ancient Egyptians built them using simple tools and sheer manpower. But there are major problems with this theory. One of the biggest questions is transportation. How did they move multi-ton blocks of granite from quarries hundreds of miles away? The official answer is that they floated them down the Nile River on wooden barges. But was the Nile of that time truly capable of supporting such a massive industrial operation year-round? Or was the river itself part of the construction technology? Ancient astronaut theorists propose that the Nile was a purpose-built tool for pyramid construction. Imagine a river system engineered not just for agriculture, but for heavy industry. What if its channels were deeper and its currents more controlled than nature could have produced? What if ancient canals, which we are still discovering today, were part of an original, alien-designed network that brought water directly to the base of the Giza Plateau? This would turn the entire area into a massive construction site, with water acting as the perfect medium for moving impossibly heavy stones with minimal effort. The river wasn't just next to the pyramids, it was an integral part of the machine that built them. This theory connects many dots. The precise location of the pyramids, the sourcing of materials from distant locations like Aswan, and the sheer scale of the project all point to a level of logistical planning that seems almost superhuman. If extraterrestrials designed the river, it makes sense they would also design it to support their primary construction projects. The Nile would have been their interstate highway system, and the Giza Plateau their main industrial park. The river was the means to an end, and that end was the creation of magnificent stone structures that encoded mathematical and astronomical knowledge. Furthermore, the connection between the Nile and the sky is undeniable. The Egyptians saw their river as a reflection of the Milky Way, a celestial river in the heavens. The three pyramids at Giza famously align with the three stars of Orion's belt. Is it a coincidence that the earthly river reflects the heavenly river, and the earthly monuments reflect the stars? Or is this all part of a single, unified plan? A message written on the landscape of our planet, telling us that we are connected to the cosmos. The Nile was the pen, and the pyramids were the ink, used by ancient visitors to write a story for the ages. So why do some people believe the Nile's design is not natural? It comes down to a simple question: is it all too perfect? The river's gentle gradient, its predictable flood cycle that created immense fertility, and its strategic location all seem to defy pure chance. Geologists provide natural explanations, of course, talking about tectonic uplift and erosion over millions of years. But these are just theories. Could the theory of intelligent design be just as valid? In a universe filled with wonders, we must be open to possibilities that challenge our conventional thinking. The Nile's perfection is, for some, a clear sign of a guiding hand. Ancient texts from around the world, including Egypt, are filled with stories of creator gods who descended from the sky and shaped the world. They brought knowledge of agriculture, astronomy, and engineering. The Egyptian god Khnum was said to have fashioned human beings on a potter's wheel, while the god Hapi governed the river's floods. Are these just myths? Or are they distorted memories of real events? Perhaps these gods were the extraterrestrial engineers who not only designed the Nile, but also taught the first Egyptians how to use it, setting them on a path to greatness. The stories are the lingering echo of their visit. The evidence, as ancient astronaut theorists say, is everywhere. It is in the alignment of the pyramids, the advanced mathematics encoded in their dimensions, and the mysterious depictions of what appear to be advanced technologies in ancient art. The Nile River fits perfectly into this puzzle. It is the foundation upon which all these other mysteries were built. If you accept that extraterrestrials may have been involved in building the pyramids, it is only a small leap to consider that they also engineered the river that made it all possible. The river is not just a backdrop, it is a central piece of the evidence. Ultimately, we are left with a profound question. Is the Nile River a magnificent accident of nature, or is it the most spectacular piece of landscape engineering in our planet's history? The idea that aliens built the Nile pushes us to look at our world with new eyes, to question the established narrative, and to consider that our past may be far more extraordinary than we have ever been told. The answer may still be hidden, buried under the sands of Egypt, or waiting in the celestial river of the Milky Way. but the question itself is what truly matters. What do you think?